How do we even start a podcast?
Well, I don't know.
Podcast!
You said you were going to start it.
Oh, okay, I will. Right. Hello, and welcome back to the Disappointing Our Parents podcast.
You're so cute.
That was embarrassing.
That was embarrassing. I was trying not to be supportive.
You were like, that was cute.
Oh my god, it's been a while with Christmas and everything.
Yeah. Just came cough upstairs. Yeah, it's been a time.
It has. I can see on the screen it keeps like picking up, like flashing because it's picking up our voices, and it's like it's tripping me out.
Yeah.
I've got to watch it now because if not, it's going to trip me out more.
I feel like it's not really picking up my voice.
It's literally flashing. Or like as well because I think the voice is there, and that's. I'm not too sure why it's flashing. We might need to get Kane back for tech support. Has it stopped recording? No, I don't know. Let's just carry on.
No, it's still. Why are the seconds so long? Look, it says 58, Melly. Look how long it takes to get to 59. Look.
Oh my, it skipped to a minute. And now it's like caught back up.
Oh, that's alright.
Well, I guess that was a start to the podcast.
Just tech support.
Yeah. We've had a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
I spent money on like microphones that didn't even fucking work. Or they might work on... We can't figure them out.
No.
And then this one my sister got me for Christmas, so...
That's such a nice present, though.
It is a cute present, to be
is.
fair. I actually got well spoiled for Christmas this year. Yeah, I did. I got so much shit. The only problem is it doesn't all fit in my room now. And it, like, has been having a go at me because we've got too much stuff.
Oh.
But, like, I guess it's a nice thing for someone to have a go at you for.
Yeah.
I hope she doesn't listen to this.
Do you want me to cut that bit out? Bleep it.
Yeah, can you bleep the name? Yeah, please do that.
Okay, so my Christmas was alright. It was good. There was one defining moment, and this is what I was going to tell you earlier, but I decided to save it till now.
Okay.
So, I think it was Boxing Day evening.
Right.
I was feeling fine, good mood and everything, and then I saw a photo of me from the previous day. And that, I just started crying. I stormed off upstairs, laid in bed in the dark, and I just started crying. And I was so sad, and Rachel came upstairs and was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, the pictures were terrible."
So, like, sorry if it went a bit funny there. The system just shut down when we were calling for tech support. Yeah, we needed it.
Yeah.
But carry on. Yorkshire pudding's the best part of the Christmas dinner.
You were saying they're a meal on their own, and they are.
They are.
I had about 5 that night, and like I could have had more. I just didn't really. You know, like I don't know. I couldn't be like. She was like, "How many do you want?" And I was just like, 5. I felt like I couldn't ask for more.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
She wouldn't have judged me, but I was judging myself.
Yeah, especially like you said, you'd been upset with like how you were looking and shit like that.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it when people ask to take pictures. I hate it so much because like you say, like it's then looking at myself afterwards.
Yeah.
It's like I can take the picture, but then I know if I see it.
Yeah.
And like it's really, I don't know, I hate it. Because like all my friends are like, "Oh, let's take pictures," and I'm like, I know you want to. And like I got my friend Georgia like one of those like Polaroid cameras for Christmas, and it's really cute. I've actually got a picture of her in my phone now.
That's so cute. I've got one of them. They're so cute.
That's so cute. And it's like I really wanted to take pictures, but then like I'd see and then it's like I don't want to affect the day because I felt really shit about it.
And with a Polaroid camera, that's like permanent then.
I know, you know
what I mean?
We did have trouble using it because, like, I don't know. You said you have one. You know, the first shot is like
A blank one.
Blank one. We thought that was the one, and we put it in the dark place like it said to, and we were waiting for it to like develop for like 20 minutes, and then we were like, it's broken. And the worst thing is one of our friends that was there, he had one, so we were like looking to him for advice, and he was like, I don't know what's wrong. I was like, you must have known.
So
like literally just now you knew. You were so quick to go, oh yeah, it's a test one. And we were all like, it's broken.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, it's like you say, it's so permanent, and everything is so permanent. And it's like, Katie, she cut my hair a couple years ago, right? And like at the time, I didn't tell her because I felt really bad, but I was having like breakdowns every night. Yeah. I made Kane like cover every mirror in the house because I would just see myself and cry.
God. You never. I remember coming around and being like, "Why are all the mirrors covered?" And you just like, I'm just not into it at the moment. And I was like, fair enough, but it was because I cut your hair too short. Yeah. In my defence, I came round and Eden said, can you cut my hair? And I said, sure. How do you want it? And Eden went, cut off all the dead bits.
I know, and that's why like I don't blame you. Like I'm not salty about it. Like you did what you had to do, and like my hair is healed so much, and I'm so grateful for it now.
But at the time, you couldn't even put it up, could you?
Oh, I couldn't even properly put it up. And like... Oh, yeah.
That was me going home feeling really accomplished with what I've done. Sorry. And you were like crying.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like as soon as you left I just looked at Kate and was like, tears. I can't believe this has happened.
I'm glad you feel comfortable to tell me that now.
We're like 5 years removed at this point. Like if I didn't... Because that must have been like 2019. That was just before COVID.
No, I was with Rachel.
Were you?
Yeah, so it must have been 2020.
Oh, mad. That was the last time I had my hair cut, to be honest.
Rachel's cut my hair.
I hate... I'm too embarrassed to go to the hairdressers and then to have to, like, make small talk and also, like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. And I do have my hair done at the hairdressers. I've only been twice. But I go to the same place that Rachel goes. And she's really nice and everything. But I do get self-conscious because, basically... So I pick at my scalp, like constantly.
So do I.
Yeah, all the time, and like till it bleeds. And then I've got loads of scabs in the back of my hair at the moment, and then I pick them as well. And then
it's the most satisfying part.
It's so good. It's so addictive. And I don't know if I've got any at the minute, but like around my head. But yeah, and it's like scabbing, and I can't help it. It feels so good to just pick it off.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And it's not just, it's not just, I hate the whole thing, the whole idea of going to the hairdressers. It's like going to the dentist.
Yeah, I hate going to the dentist.
Yeah, they're just places I just don't want to be.
Yeah.
And like, I get no one wants to be at the dentist, but like, I don't want to be there more.
Yeah. And also, I feel so vulnerable, like with my mouth wide open.
Isn't it?
They're looking at my teeth, judging because I haven't flossed.
I didn't even know flossing, like you were supposed to floss until I was like 18.
I know.
Well, like
Who
22.
Flosses?
Americans.
Oh.
I think it's a big thing, and I don't know, at least it is in the movies. Like, you got any floss?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like, in one of the Santa Claus movies, he definitely says that to a kid. I think.
Yeah. But anyway, how was your Christmas?
Christmas is so stressful.
It is.
It is. And it was good. I had like 3 different Christmases.
Did you?
Because I had one like at George's, then I had one at my dad's, and then I had one with like my sister and my mum. And like they were all really nice. It's stressful.
It is.
Or like not, it's not even stressful, it's just, I don't know, having to leave the house that much.
Yeah. And there's also a lot of pressure put on Christmas.
Yeah,
when
definitely.
It is, I know you had 3, so you did have 3 days, but like normally it's just like the one day.
Yeah, the Christmas dinners were good.
The food is the best part of Christmas.
The food is the best part of Christmas. I had like I had so many good roast potatoes. George's roast potatoes was amazing, and Kerry's as well was so good.
Really?
Actually, I like roast potatoes and gnocchis are the best part.
Yeah, they are.
But really depressingly, when I was at like my dad's, their Yorkshires were like these like fat beef dripping ones.
Oh.
And like she just looked at me and she looked really upset about it, like she had failed, and I felt really bad for asking for a Yorkshire.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't even think. And I was like, it's okay, like I'm not too upset about it. Cried that night.
We're vegetarians, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Pick that up.
Yeah. Still, I do wish she wouldn't have told me, because then I would have just happily eaten it. I bet I wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
It's like, there's a chip shop and they cook all their chips in beef dripping.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that the first time I went there, and I ate them and I was like, these are good chips. And then the next time I went, sorry about that.
It's alright.
There was like a sign and it was like, we cook in beef dripping, and I was like, well, they must have had an issue with a vegetarian or something. Like, but yeah. Which was sad.
Yeah, that is sad. But
what is beef dripping?
Oh, I don't know. You just looked really upset, and I was like, what is wrong?
I was just like, yeah, like how do they get the cows or the beef to drip? Yeah.
I don't know.
If you do know, I don't actually want to know, so please no one tell me.
Yeah.
It's like finding out what gelatin was. That was a traumatic experience. My auntie, when she was, I don't know how old she was when she became vegetarian, but like she went to a sausage factory on a school trip. She came home, became vegetarian, and she's like 48 now. She was like 5 at the time.
God, why would you go to a sausage factory on a school trip?
Well, the Cold War was going on at that time, so I feel like may have been like, oh, like in a case of like nuclear warfare, sausage factories. Yeah. I don't know. It's so weird.
Yeah.
I always think like my dog, she's just been going mad. Like if you can hear just like weird panting in the background, that's Io the dog.
Yeah. But yeah, should we move on?
Yeah.
And talk about our hyper-fixations as we promised in the last episode.
I feel like instead of having like hyper-fixations at the moment, I've been really like numb. Okay, that's a lie. I've been really into K-dramas.
Yeah,
I have been really into K-dramas. Not like enough for it to be a hyper-fixation. Just like, I don't know, it's just easy to watch, and I don't really want to put my mind to anything, and I don't want to have to like care about things and get up every morning.
Yeah.
And then like if I just watch a K-drama, I'm just like, oh, like this is what life could be like.
Because Rachel asked what we were going to talk about in this episode, and I said probably hyper-fixations. And she reminded me of the time when me and Rachel went to a charity shop and picked out a teddy bear. And then we bought all the stuff. We bought paint, we bought sewing equipment, different fabrics from Hobbycraft. Like, we were in on this. And we were going to destroy the bear and make like a creepy bear. I cut the bear's mouth open. I haven't gone back to it since.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but when we moved, I took it with us. Because in my head, I'm going to finish it, I am. I don't know when.
Yeah.
But I'm going to.
You will. I have every faith in you. Might not be for a couple of years.
Yeah.
There's so many, like, I don't know, I wish I could choose to start my hyperfixations.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, right now I've been feeling really, like, dead about shit. But I really want to learn to crochet. I really want to bird watch. And I want to, like, start actually looking for mushrooms. And, like, foraging.
Yeah.
It's my dream. I'll move that in case you burn your feet. I'm not going to move it there. Don't know where to put the candle. I'll just move it there.
Yeah.
But, like, I really want to start doing stuff like that, or, like, going out for walks.
Yeah. We should do it together. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. And, like, but, like, where would we go? Woods.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have proper forests around here. Like, not, like, deep forests anyway.
No.
Like, we have a woods close to us here, but you're in one end and out the other within, like, 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah. But I love the idea of, like, being in nature. But it's just, like, getting there. Getting out of bed and, like, actually leaving the house.
Which is a shame because, like, last year I was really into Pokemon Go.
Oh, yeah.
Kid you not, I walked, like, hundreds of miles for that game. And, like, I would just be so excited. I'd wake up, I'd be like, right, I'm going out today, I'm going to get my Pokestops, I'll see what I can catch. Like, I was really into... I did spend a fair amount of money on, like... on, what they called, like...
Like those berries? That
No, I never needed them. It was, like, raid battle passes.
Right, yeah.
But ones for, like, far away, and I'd go on Reddit, and I'd be like, oh, what can I get today? And someone would be like, oh, raid for this in there, here's the code. And I'd always go in and, like, Yeah, I spent a lot of money doing that.
Yeah.
It was so exciting.
And I remember when Pokemon Go first came out, and everyone was like complaining about like, oh, it's just people walking around and stuff. And it's like, well, at least they're actually out and about. Do you know what I mean? I feel like there's worse things to be doing.
There is much worse things to be doing. What we do most days, just nothing. Yeah.
But yeah.
I think the worst thing about it is I like trick myself into believing I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah.
And then I get really like anxious when I'm being told I'm doing nothing.
I'm trying to think of other hyperfixations I've had.
It's hard to just sort of think about them.
I'm going to talk about one hyperfixation right now, and I'm going to limit myself to 30 seconds because it is a current one.
Is it Saw 3?
It is Saw in general, really. The Saw franchise. I love it. I'm deep on Saw TikTok, on Saw Talk.
Saw Talk.
I'm obsessed with it. But that's all I'm going to say, because otherwise I'll be talking about it the whole time. When I went out the other day for New Year's Eve, I actually went out. Everyone I spoke to, I was like, did you see Saw 10 this year then? And they were like, and I was just like, anyone that I could speak to, I was like, do you like Saw? Did you watch Saw 10? They're like, yeah. And I was like, do you like it? Yeah.
What would you have done if they said no?
I'd have started a fight. No, I'm joking.
I bet you would have.
I'd have been like, how dare you?
I feel like Saw's... It is a good movie. I don't know if it's as good as you think it is at the moment. Like, it's really enjoyable.
Listen, Saw 1, 2 and 3, the best. The rest, I'm not too sure about. Saw 1, 2, 3 and Saw X. Love them all.
Was Saw X the one we got scammed that we watched together?
We got scammed?
Where he got scammed. Jigsaw got scammed.
Yeah. The one, most recent one. I thought you said we got scammed, and I was like, did we?
I have been scammed before.
Have you?
Yeah, I have. And I don't want to talk about it because I'm really embarrassed. I will share that with you in private.
Okay.
Because I'm really embarrassed about it. You know, those shit that you just... you know it's a scam.
Yeah, you do it anyway.
Exactly.
Like, oh, I got scammed.
To be fair, I haven't even scammed once, but I should have known. I should have known.
You always should have known. Yeah.
I was like 19 at the time, which makes it worse.
Yeah.
And it was for like... Yeah, I'm not going to get into it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, it is really embarrassing.
I'm sure people have done worse.
Oh, definitely. It wasn't a Kenyan prince, I can say that for sure. It was like just some like eBay thing.
Oh.
But like, yeah, it could have been worse.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say, like, you met someone online, like, you thought they were really cool.
I got catfished.
Yeah, next thing you know, Eve was at the door.
Oh my god. Me and Kane love catfish. Like, I know you know,
good.
but with like, there's a new series that we're actually on our player we watch it on. It's still in series 8, but there's like 110 episodes in season 8 at the moment. Yeah. And it's just, yeah, it's so easy again. Yeah. It's one of those things like
you don't have to concentrate too much on it.
No, and it's hard because like I wanna watch films and enjoy them. Yeah. But I really struggle like when I'm depressed or anxious to like hold the attention.
So do I.
I'm better when I'm depressed, but like if I'm anxious I feel like I can't concentrate on anything.
Yeah, same.
Kane like describes it as like bees in his head. It sounds like the Nicki Minaj song Bees in the Trap. Sorry. But like it is just like you can't sit still and I just want to like get up and I'll do it. I'll like sit there and then I get up and I sit on the floor and then I'll get up and I'll sit in a different chair.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But I just don't want to sit still. If I sit still I feel anxious.
Yeah.
But then I feel anxious while I move as well. I just feel a bit less anxious.
Yeah, it's like you feel restless as well.
Yeah. And do you remember like the question when you like get tested for anxiety or depression? It's like, have you been moving more slowly or quickly, like than usual? And to be like when I first got diagnosed, I was like, that's a ridiculous question. Yeah. But now like I see it. Sometimes I feel like it takes me like 4 hours to walk from here to the other side of the room.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like I do it like I don't even walk.
Yeah.
And my feet, yeah, I don't even touch the floor. It's just one giant leap. Yeah. Piss take.
Yeah. when I'm in a hyperfixation though, like I'm in it and I love it, and it's so sad like when the light finally dies. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like when it does die, I'm not too conscious of it happening though.
Yeah.
Sometimes I am, but like the stuff that I'm really deep in, like the delusions or whatever, I feel like it like I don't feel it die. It slowly fizzles out and I start like getting back to normal.
Yeah.
And then next thing I know I'm just like nihilistic again.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So someone went on there, I was like,
it's the fashion, happening? The occasionally flashes purple around it. I told you it was tripping me out earlier.
But yeah, I feel like, I don't know, like sometimes it fizzles out for me, but then sometimes it's like a switch and I'll be like so into something and then all of a sudden I'm like, actually no. And like, sometimes it can last, a hyperfixation for me can last months. Sometimes it's a matter of days. Sometimes even like I can hype myself up so much for something in one day and then all of a sudden I'll be like, actually no, and then like I don't do it.
And it's like I feel like I've got so much wasted energy. I put so much effort into some of these like shit I get into, and I genuinely feel like I'll make it famous or big or like it's a good way to live. But then like I don't know if I don't have the energy to actually go ahead and do it. I mean, also don't have the money, but like I don't know. And it's like I'll financially plan it out into a way that I could get money for it, but then I never do it.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like it's a lot of mental effort as well. Yeah.
I don't have much effort, and like especially like with work and stuff, I feel like I finish work for the day and it takes me a while to like unwind and to like want to do something I want to do, opposed to just sit and like ruminate on the things that have happened that day.
Yeah, and then by the time I'm like out of work mode, I feel like it's then too late to start something.
It's bedtime.
Yeah.
And like whoever fucking came up with a 5-day work week, 5 days is too much.
Yeah.
It is really too much. And like before this job I'm in now, I was doing 4 days, and that felt so much better. And to have my 3 days off in a row as well, it felt so much more balanced.
Yeah.
And it's like all these corporate companies, they talk about a work-life balance, but they don't really want you to have a work-life balance. That's why you're there like 5 days out of the week.
Yeah. And it's difficult as well because I feel like people don't like take into account, it's not like just the hours that you're working when you're like thinking about work. So like when you wake up in the morning, you're getting ready like an hour or whatever before work for work.
Everything you're doing has the intention of work.
Yeah.
Like you're not at work, but you're still doing work, because if you don't do that, you'll get fired.
Yeah. And then you leave work and you drive home or get the bus or whatever home from work, and that's not really like, I know people are always like saying motivational stuff like do this while you're on the bus, but it's like it's not really realistic.
No.
And then you get home, you've got to make tea or dinner, then you have to sort of like relax for a bit before you can even think about doing anything, and then you've got all the housework, and then you know, you got to go to bed, or you got to like wash your hair for tomorrow for work. Then you have to go to sleep for work, and it's like all you're doing is for work. So when I'm at like throughout the week, I feel like I'm not at home when I am at home.
Yeah. And then even on my days off, like Katie curved the term the other day, the Sunday scramblies.
Yeah.
And it's like when on Sunday before you're about to go back to work, you just sit and you spend the whole day feeling anxious about the week ahead. And it's like even that day no longer belongs to you because it belongs to work.
Yeah. And it's just like, yeah, I know what you mean. And
it just never ends.
It never fucking ends.
And what really set me off, I've been in like quite a depressive episode the past few weeks, and honestly what set it off is my schedule for January got published.
Oh.
And like I was like looking at the month of December, and I was like, this is so doable. I can definitely do this. I've got some time off over Christmas. Like, I've got a whole week off. That's going to be exciting. And then my January schedule gets published and I don't have a week off.
Yeah.
And then I just know it's going to roll into February.
Yeah.
And then March. And then I have to keep doing it. And then what sucks is, like, when days I'm off, or, like, if I've had absences in my old jobs and stuff, I sit there and I'm like, why couldn't I have gone to work today?
Yeah.
But I need that money. But, like, as soon as I'm there, I'm like, this is horrible.
Yeah. I know what you mean. And, like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, you only work this much, I work 700 hours a week. And it's like, first of all, that's not a flex. You should, take some time for yourself, because why are you doing all that? And second of all, like, people who are neurodivergent or with mental health issues, it's, like, so much harder to just be normal. Like, I feel like a lot of people wouldn't find these things so difficult, but, like, with us, it's like an extra added layer of pressure onto just everyday life. That was a good sentence.
That was a really good sentence.
Didn't start once.
Oh my god, that's the worst part when listening back to the last episode of the podcast, is like hearing me be like
yeah. Or like sometimes if I don't know what to say, I just go, yeah. Does that make sense? I always say those things as like a filler.
Yeah, does that make sense?
I noticed that we do that a lot when we voice note each other. Like when we don't know what else to say, we're just like, so yeah.
I hate texting you now, because I just feel like, why wouldn't I just send a voice note? And I hate texting my other friends now.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know if it is a lazy thing, but like with the, like, our voice notes are always like, sometimes you guys think you've sent me a 5-minute one before, and it's like, how is one supposed to write all that?
Yeah.
And there's so much more you can tell someone over, like, voice note than you can text.
Yeah.
And it's like one up from calling.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect in between, because like you can reply at your own time. You can still think about what you're gonna say. Like, it's just it's just so much nicer.
It is.
And I want to do it at work sometimes. If someone asks me a question, I'm like, I can't be bothered to type all that. I just want to send a voice note. But then I'd get told off for that, for being unprofessional.
Yeah. And also, I know what you mean about, like, hating texting. When I text you, it feels wrong. Like, when I'm typing it out and sending it, I'm like, oof, this is horrible.
And, like, the texts never have any real information in them.
No.
It's like, how do you catch up with your friends over text? I'm not about to write, like, 4 paragraphs.
Yeah.
To explain what happened the other night or whatever.
It's just easier on voice note. I am pro voice note. I love a voice note.
I love a voice note. I hate it. I don't hate a call, but like...
Well, there's more pressure to a call, because how long is it going to last, for one? 2, you might not have time. Like, there's time to quickly send like a 30-second voice note, but there's not really time to call sometimes.
Yeah, it takes so much longer to like text or call than it does to just send a voice note.
And I feel like when I'm at work, or like when I go on my break and I voice note you, or if I called you and you were like on your break as well, we would probably just be talking the whole time, and then we probably wouldn't have a break, because we'd just be like chatting. Whereas with a voice note, you could just reply when you have the time. Yeah. It's just nicer.
It is so much nicer.
Yeah. We're big fans of the voice note.
This is what we've been talking about, but yeah.
We're like, next hyper-fixation is the voice note.
I just like, not even like hyper-fixations, like, I just want to be passionate, to be honest. I feel so passionless, and like, I don't know. It's like right now me and Kane are into this video game called Bloodstained, and I'm really enjoying it. But like, I wouldn't say I'm passionate about it. Like, I don't get excited. Like, I got excited for the chips and sauce tonight.
Oh, so did I.
That was
so good.
Yeah, that was so good. But like, everything else just leaves me passionless.
Oh, that's so sad. But I get what you mean. Like, when I'm not actually in too bad of a depressive episode. Normally I am in January and February. I'm suspiciously okay at the moment. But like, I get what you mean. When I feel really depressed, I don't care about anything. Like, all my hobbies, don't care.
And it's hard because like, like, Kane always used to be like, oh, like, but you obviously do care because you care about your family, you care about your friends. And I'm like, I get that, but it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not the same. And I know, like, material things or whatever shouldn't bring me happiness, and, like, all that passion shouldn't bring me happiness. I mean, it's just shit like writing or drawing or colouring. But, like, I don't know, it's been a long time since I've had a hyperfixation, and I miss it.
Yeah. It's nice to just have the joy for something.
Yeah.
I think, apart from Saw, my most recent hyperfixation was my graphic novel I was writing.
Oh my god, yeah.
It never came to be. I had so many ideas. Mm-hmm. It only lasted a few days. I had so many ideas. It was going to be so good.
Honestly, I think finishing something you start is a big flex.
It is.
It's such a big flex. Like,
I don't think I've finished any hyperfixation project.
I finished one when I was 5 years old, and it was a story I wrote about me and, like, one of my female friends and then two of my male friends, and that's important because we all got together in the story in a foursome.
You were 5?
Yeah, I know. We were like, well, we weren't like, it wasn't anything sexual. It was all just like, we all hold hands and kissed around the castle in the end. But, like, yeah, we were at the park, and then all of a sudden we were at a castle.
Yeah.
There was no transition.
No.
And then we just, like, had to, like, escape the castle.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I finished that, but then I was 5, and it was written awfully, and it was, like, 5 pages long.
I remember, I don't know how old I was probably, like, 10. I wrote this book. Well, I didn't finish it. But I started this book, right, and I'm not joking. I don't know if it's just because I'm remembering it of how I read it, or, like, how I wrote it when I was younger, but I swear that was the best book ever. And then our computer broke, lost it forever. Yeah, I know.
Oh,
that's why I didn't finish it.
That's so sad.
It was so good. I can't remember what it was about, really. It was something about... I don't know. I have no idea. But I just remember it being really good.
You need to do some, like... I don't know what it's called when they, like, do things to trigger memories, like smells and stuff like that. Because that'd be sick to remember that.
I know, but what else would I remember? I feel like there are things I don't want to remember.
I wrote so many half books as a kid, all about the weird, like, none of them were, like, succinct with each other. One of them was about a pianist living in the slums of Kenya who gets discovered, and that was because, like, I obviously read about slums for the first time, and I was like, this deserves to be a book, because no one's ever done this before, or whatever.
You're like, this is the first time everyone is hearing of this.
Exactly, I was like, this is going to be epic, even though I'm pretty sure I plagiarised it. So, like...
That was the book that you read about it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to reword this.
Reword it as a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
But, like, I wish I would have finished it, and, like, one of my friends, Cam, he's, like, amazing at writing, and he wrote a comic book, and it was actually incredible, and I'm so proud of him finishing it. It's such a flex, and I think if you are out there, like, finishing the work you start...
Oh, I panicked the candle. So did I. I thought the candle tipped over.
But, like, if you're out there finishing the work you started, publish it.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
Even if you just, like... publish like one for you, like, do you know what I mean? Not necessarily publish, but like, even if you just do it for yourself, like, for you to look at.
No, I want them to publish it for me. I want to read it. Send them to me.
Our PO box is, we don't have a PO box.
I guess it's my just home address. What does PO post?
Office box, I think. It's like famous people have a PO box so they don't have to give out their home address. So then it just gets sent to a post office, and then you go pick it up, I think.
That's so weird. Imagine just Ed Sheeran at, like, Ipswich Post Office or something.
Collecting his parcels.
Yeah, his fan mail.
Well, talk about fan mail. Right, my nanny.
Aww.
I know, it's very sad, but when she was alive, she used to love Colin Firth. You know who I mean?
Yeah.
She loved him. And when I was, like, 11 maybe. No, I was probably a bit older. I was probably like 13. For Christmas, it was about 6 months before Christmas that I had this great idea. I sent him fan mail.
Did you?
Yeah, and was like, my nanny loves you so much, like, please send me an autograph. Okay, and the envelope I sent was like A5.
Yeah.
Because you had to like include an envelope with your address on with a stamp so that they could send it back to you.
Yeah.
And I sent it, and then I sort of forgot about it. A few months later, I got this massive envelope in the post, and it had my handwriting. So that little A5 thing, envelope was stuck onto this massive envelope, and the postage was paid for not by me, because obviously it was a massive one now, with a huge signed picture of Colin Firth in it. I know. And I gave it to her for Christmas, and she was like, "Is it real?" And I was like, "Yeah, I sent him fan mail."
Oh my god, that's actually so cute. I've never even thought about doing that for Christmas or like as a gift. That is so cute.
I can't believe that like they paid for the postage back to me.
Oh man, that's insane.
I know. Because normally, like, you have to. I don't know. I didn't read. I just found his PO box online. Like, I didn't read like the requirements. All I knew that you have to send like a paid stamped envelope with your address on, so they can send it back to you. I don't think I read about like the dimensions. A5 is probably a bit small. But yeah, and it was like a massive like A4 envelope,
oh my god,
and it was paid for.
That's so cute.
I feel like they read my note and was just like, "We've got to do it."
That's so cute.
Isn't that so nice?
Yeah.
I feel like he's such a nice man. I've never met him.
Fair
like,
play to him.
Right.
I've never sent fan mail, but when we were in year 10 and we did life skills, I might have been year 9, we were asked to send a letter to someone important.
Yeah.
And I sent mine to Theresa May, who at the time was the Home Secretary. Something about like smoking in cars. I think it was like to like, I don't know, against smoking in cars, which as an adult I'm completely for, even with the kids. Breathe them in young, you know. And I never got a response.
But they did ban it though, so that's a bit strange.
But I also feel like they might have banned it before and I was just doing it for the sake of it.
Maybe.
I don't remember. I remember sent one to, I think it was like the Prime Minister at the time, I can't remember, basically just saying like footballers should not get more money than NHS nurses. And I was like, fair play to him, like that's actually something important.
Yeah.
I sent mine to Theresa fucking May.
That's hilarious. And she wasn't even the Prime Minister then.
No, she was Home Secretary.
That's funny.
That's how when she like came into like proper cabinet and like people actually started speaking to her about her a bit more, I was like, oh, I know that bitch.
Yeah.
I wrote her a letter, she never fucking replied. But if Colin Firth can reply and she can't,
yeah,
cow.
that's what I mean. Yeah, actually.
Although like we tried to speak about hyper-fixations, it's been nice to just sort of vent a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like probably because this is the first one after Christmas, we've had like a long break.
Yeah.
Because like I said, we recorded the last podcast a month ago today.
I'm pretty sure we recorded it, you said on the 5th of December.
But then we have had Christmas, so...
Yeah,
we'll
and we
get
didn't
more-
even release it on the 16th.
Yeah, and we'll get back into the swing of things.
Yeah.
I say that like we've been in the swing of things before, but we haven't.
No, but we do want to release it like every 2 weeks and actually start doing that.
Definitely.
So please keep listening.
Yeah. And let us know what your hyperfixations are, because Eden's looking for a new one, so...
Oh, please. And send me anything you finished.
Yeah. Send us a picture on our Instagram, which is... what's our Instagram?
Is it disappointing our parents? Or
No,
disappointed
that's
pod?
It might
Disappointed pod? Cast?
It's Disappointed Podcast. Yeah, I couldn't fit disappointing our parents onto it, so I had to just... Yeah,
it is what it is.
yeah.
If there's been a random like little pause, it's because I abruptly ended the last recording. And Katie reminded me that we should have said bye.
Yeah, so bye.
Bye, I guess.
Our next episode will probably be more structured, I feel, maybe.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Bye.